everyone, it's Bramble times Feather Fan, obviously, and I decided to do an audio rant instead of the written ones I normally do, mainly because, well, I've never done one before and I thought I'd give it a try since I still have my recording headset that I used for my Puppies to the Rescue playthrough I did a while back, and Sony Vegas has a recording feature. So I've noticed that audio rants are pretty popular in the Warriors YouTube community, and I was like, hey, why not? I have plenty of issues I'd like to discuss, so it's just my thing. And the first of my rants is probably going to be the longest, and it's going to be about Heathertail from the Power of Three and Omen of the Stars series. Alright, so I've noticed a lot of hate toward Heathertail in the Warriors fandom, and I wanted to get that all straightened out because I think it's extremely unjustified. Now, my internet friends and I agree on a lot of Warriors related things, hence why we became internet friends, but one thing I've found that we often disagree about is Heathertail, which is why I decided to do this rant because this issue is sort of personal. A lot of my close friends who are Lion Times Ice supporters hate Heathertail and complain about her, so here's the other side of the story, guys. I'd like to start off by saying that I am not actually a Heather Times Lion supporter. I am not defending her because I think she deserves Lion Blaze and he should forgive her and they should get back together. How about no? I just like Heathertail as a character, and unlike a lot of people, I view her as being more than a satellite love interest for Lion Blaze and having a lot more to her character than just being Lion Blaze's ex-girlfriend. For the record, I jumped ship from Lion Times Heather to Lion Times Ice and Eclipse, and I've been a strong Lion Times Ice supporter ever since. I think Heathertail should be with Breezepelt, who, it just so happens, is another widely hated character who I actually like. Alright, so Heathertail. So she's always been one of my favorite characters, right from when she was first introduced as an apprentice, 'cause I kind of like this mischievous side she had, and how she convinced Lion Blaze to meet her every night, because even at a young age, she wasn't afraid to challenge the rules, and it's like, yeah, you go girl, you challenge that authority. And honestly, she had a point when she said their meetings were harmless, 'cause all they were really doing was playing. Granted, they were losing sleep and developing a crush on each other, but to be fair, I think Heathertail was too young at that point to realize that could be a problem. Anyway, I just love her sweet and fun-loving personality, and she was also really creative too, coming up with the whole Dark Clan thing. And later on in the book, you have to admit it was pretty brave of her to go into the tunnels to rescue those kits. So, thus far, we've established that Heathertail's a brave, kind, imaginative she-cat whose only fault is that she's a bit naive and breaks the warrior code. And then as she got older, for a lot of people she got worse, but I saw it as character development. It actually made me like her better. So in the battle in Eclipse, she gets randomly attacked by Lion Blaze, her former best friend, and accused of something she didn't even do. So how does she react? Does she whine and cry and beg him to let her go? Nope. She fights back and gets rightfully angry at him for accusing her of lying. I mean, who the hell wouldn't? But I think how she acted in Long Shadows was what made me admire her the most. I mean, to me it just screamed feminism! Because when Heathertail sees Lion Blaze again, she isn't all like, Lion Blaze, why you no love me? And begging him to take her back and trying to convince him that it wasn't her who told Wing Clan about the tunnels. Nope, she is a strong, independent woman who don't need no man. Seriously though, she flat out tells Lion Blaze off for being a douchebag, even though she probably still loved him at that point. See, I just love Heathertail because she stays strong throughout the entire series, even though she has her heart broken, and the cat who broke her heart comes to absolutely hate her for pretty much no reason. I mean, can you imagine how painful that would be? But she never lets it show how upset she is, and when Lion Blaze tries to steal cat mint, she freaking stands up to him. Some of her dialogue on the siege is just really powerful, and never once does she let on how emotionally wrecked she is. I think for that reason Heathertail may well be the strongest female character in Warriors. I mean, she fell in love, but she was able to move on when Lion Blaze started treating her like shit, and was always able to cover up how heartbroken she was. She pushed through everything, was able to become a loyal warrior of WindClan and put her past behind her. You compare that to some of the other characters who didn't do so well coming out of a forbidden relationship, and you see what I mean. Well, there are some reasons why I like Heathertail. So, let's talk about why some people don't like Heathertail. And I shall shoot down each and every one of those reasons with such force that they will not know it hit them. Reason number 1. She betrayed Lionblaze by telling WindClan about the tunnels. Now, this comes from a little attitude I like to call main character tunnel vision. Get it? Tunnel vision? Like the tunnels going under the territory and like how they were like, okay, you know what? Never mind. Anyway, for those of you who don't know, tunnel vision is basically when someone only sees what's right in front of them and doesn't have any peripheral vision off to the side. I think this is a good way to describe the attitude toward main characters and warriors because it seems like the readers always side with them because the story is told from their point of view, and readers don't really understand that they might have a flawed perspective. People hate Heathertail because Lionblaze thought she betrayed him, and since he's the main character, he must be right, right? Wrong! Okay, looking at the situation from the outside, there really is next to no evidence she actually betrayed him. Let me elaborate. So let's go back to Dark River and the part where Lionblaze dumps Heathertail. She was really upset, but hey, that's pretty understandable. I mean, her crush slash friend slash boyfriend, who she had this huge crush on, has just told her they can't meet up ever again. I mean, don't tell me you wouldn't be a little upset by that. Anyway, Lionblaze remembers this reaction in Eclipse and assumed that Heathertail never forgave him for dumping her and decided to get revenge by telling WindClan about the tunnels. An understandable enough conclusion to be drawn if you don't take a few other events into account. Alright, fast forward to the end of Dark River. Heatherpaw goes into the tunnels to help find the lost kits, which, as I said earlier, is a pretty brave thing to do. And when they're following the paw prints, Heatherpaw turns to Lionpaw and says, "What have we done?" I think this one little line of dialogue shows that she's gone through some character development since Lionpaw broke it off with her. It's like she's realizing for the first time that her and Lionpaw's meetings actually could do harm, and she gets why he decided to stop. It kind of shows that her whole perspective has changed, and now she feels guilty about meeting Lionpaw for so long. Also, at the end of the book, after everyone gets out of the tunnels and whatnot, Heatherpaw tells Lionpaw that he's gonna be a great warrior before she goes back to WindClan. Okay, she wouldn't have said that if she was still mad at him for breaking up with her. I think that's her way of telling him she forgives him for stopping their meetings and respects his decision to be loyal to ThunderClan. Well, apparently by the time Eclipse rolls around, Lionblaze has completely forgotten all of this. Either that or thought Heathertail had a sudden change of heart and went, "Wait a minute! I actually am kind of mad at him for breaking up with me. I'm gonna tell everyone about the tunnels now." And now we get to the infamous battle scene. Well, when Lionblaze, or should I still be calling him Lionpaw at this point because he's technically still an apprentice, but whatever. Anyway, when he goes so Sparta on Heathertail and accuses her of telling their secret, she says it was Sedgekit. Okay, I don't know about you, but that doesn't seem all that unlikely to me. And what's Lionblaze's retort? "He wouldn't do that, I saved his life." He's a kit, Lionblaze. He probably completely forgot that you told him it was a bad idea to blab about the tunnels because his brain is about the size of a peanut. Anyway, this is a kit we're talking about here, and kits have a tendency to speak without thinking because the decision-making section of their brains still has some developing to do. And really, why would Heathertail tell about the tunnels? I talked earlier about why I don't think she's still mad at Lionblaze about stopping their meetings. And even if she did tell, why would she lie about it? I mean, if she really wanted revenge on Lionblaze, she would have been like, "Yeah, bitch, and now my clan is invading yours. What you gonna do about it?" And if you think it's because she was a coward and didn't want Lionblaze to beat her up, well, we've already established that she's brave, since she went to the tunnel to rescue the kits, and she can also stand up for herself, like she did in Long Shadows. It seems really out of character for her to just lie about something to protect herself from Lionblaze. And hey, he was still being an asshole even after she said it was Sedgekit, so if it was me, I would have just backed down and told the truth. If she'd really told them, she would have been like, fine, yeah, I did it, but you deserve it, you piece of shit. And the thing Lionblaze said to her about being her enemy forever, okay, that is just a screwed up thing to say, especially to someone you used to be friends with. Something like committing mass murder, killing your entire family, warrants you telling someone you'll be their enemy forever. Not supposedly telling their clan about some secret tunnels to invade your clan, which, let it be noted, the rival clan could have invaded even without the tunnels. It's not like Heathertail freaking sick to Wind Clan on Thunder Clan. But what I really hate about Lion Blaze is that he lets his anger management issues get in the way of, common sense. He doesn't even consider that her story might be true and just automatically decides to hate Heathertail forever with no proof at all that she actually told Wind Clan. Not to mention he fantasizes about murdering her. That is just past the point of being screwed up. And people actually side with this guy? Oh, that's right. He's the protagonist, so he must be right and obviously can do no wrong. At least according to the readers. Come on, Lion Blaze is obviously the one in the wrong here. Attacking his ex-best friend, accusing her of something she didn't do and not hearing her out when she tries to explain her side of the story, telling her he's going to be her enemy forever for no real reason, and later on having daydreams about violently killing her. Yeah, I'll bet if Heathertail was the main character, we would see Lion Blaze from the abusive ex-boyfriend he actually is, and we would all hate him with a burning passion. But nope! Everyone views him as the victim and thinks Heathertail's the one making his life hell. Ha 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 ha. No! So with that said, let's move on to reason number 2 that people hate Heathertail. She was a bitch to Lion Blaze and Long Shadows and every book after. True enough, but in my opinion it was completely justified. In fact, the scene in Long Shadows where she tells Lion Blaze off is one of my favorites with her, because it shows how strong she is and that she can damn well stand up for herself. Sure, some of her comments are kind of harsh, and Lion Blaze's character is starting to improve slightly, but you have to keep in mind this is the first time she's seen him since he tried to, fucking kill her mentor right in front of her and told her he would hate her forever. If that isn't enough to make you feel bitter towards someone, then I don't know what is. She has every reason to bitch him out. She does an awesome job of it. I mean, where do you even start on the epic dialogue? You might think you're the greatest fighter in all the clans, but you don't scare me. Just be careful you don't end up a bully like your kin Tiger Star. I just love this scene because not only does she stand up to the bastard, but she also shows her compassion by letting him take Wing Clan's catmint to help a rival clan. It's just a great moment of character development because she probably still has feelings for him at that point, but she isn't acting all like angsty and heartbroken over it. Nope. She stands up to him and doesn't let him get away with being an asshole toward her. Way to go, Heathertail. Alright, you say. It makes sense that Heathertail would be mad at him so soon after their fight, but why was she bitchy toward him from then on? Well, let me point out that Lion Blaze never actually apologized to her for being such a shit sandwich during Eclipse. Sure, he matured a bit, became less murderous and slightly more bearable, but Heathertail had no way of knowing he was changing for the better, nor would she probably care, since that wouldn't change the shitty way he treated her the fact that he almost tried to kill her. If Lion Blaze had pulled Heathertail aside at a gathering at some point and been like, hey, sorry I've been an insensitive, violent bastard and never considered that you were telling the truth about Sedgekit, then that would be one thing. But he never did. So Heathertail has absolutely no reason to stop being a bitch to him. And he brought it all on himself, really. Yeah, in case you haven't already figured it out, I am not a Lion Blaze fan, like, at all. I'm just like, I hate him so much. So to all you Heather haters, I hope this rant made you rethink your hate for her, because really, there's no real reason to hate her. She gets hated for trying to defend herself from a really mean ex-boyfriend who was completely unfair to her. And any bitchiness toward him is, like, really understandable. Just put yourself in her shoes. What would you do in a situation like that? I don't think you'd be happy with Lion Blaze, that's for sure. I mean, it's one thing if you just don't like her personality, because we all have those characters that just irk us for no apparent reason. But To hate a character for something she didn't even do, and then because she tries to stick up for herself and is bitter toward a protagonist because she has a damn good reason to be? That's just. No. Don't do that. Look at the facts, bro. Well, this concludes my first ever audio rant. I hope you enjoyed it, and will watch more of my rants in the future if I have them. So remember to like and subscribe and all that. And until next time, I will see you later.